Let me talk to y'all for a minute. Now, I done heard some things previously about the conscious community. Now, I'm gonna tell you what they are. Trust me, I know. Okay? A lot of those people that's in the conscious community, conscious, and I use the word loosely, are full of it. There's a lot of BS that goes on in there. It went on in there in the 90s. You know, it's been going on in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and even 2010s. And now we are in 2025. It's still going on. Trust me. But I'm going to break down the different types of people in the conscious community. Now, you got the dedicated and the sincere, right? Okay, for those who don't know what the conscious community is, these are people that are socially aware of what some of the things that's going on not only in this country but throughout the world, such as segregation, racism, classism, sexism, and they believe that people of African descent or melanated folks, Moorish, Kemetic, whatever you want to call us, are historically oppressed, not so much, physically, but psychologically and politically and economically. People believe that. Some people believe that. But that's what the conscious community is about. And they believe that black people all over the world need to come together as one and work politically, economically, and socially for the upliftment of our community worldwide. Unfortunately, they talk a good game, but the practice is not being done on a worldwide scale. Okay? I know this to be a fact. Okay, now let's break down the types of people that's in this conscious community. Okay, they will be also another thing. Conscious community would be your would-be Pan-Africanists, Black nationalists. There are also, some people might call them pro-Black. Some people don't like that term. Some people do. Those are Afrocentric or, people that's into Afrocentricity. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the types of people that's in that movement or so-called movement, are your dedicated and your sincere ones. The ones they're not the ones that's out there running off at the mouth. They're not the ones that's out here bashing people or, making people feel down or even getting on this medium and talking trash. These are the ones that's putting their head to the ground. They're grinding out here every day, working to try to do things to improve conditions in the black community. Not only here in the United States of America, but throughout the world. They're really trying to make that happen. And male and female. These are the ones that families been doing it for generations. They've been in different movements such as the UNIA with Marcus Garvey, some with the Nation of Islam, Black Panthers, what else? The OAAU that Malcolm X had started. These are people that's families have been in these different movements and trying to make things happen. And some of them come from spiritual communities such as Asar Set or Ifa communities, the various Ifa communities, Akan and Vodun and so forth. And these people are dedicated in what they do, but it's only a small segment of them. Okay? Now, you got the loudmouths. These are the ones, and a lot of them, unfortunately, are our light-skinned brothers. They get on these radio stations, these AM stations mainly, and they go out in public and start bad-mouthing this country, white people, and they also, any prominent black person that's doing well in society economically, they calling them names too. And these are the ones that also will use the most derogatory slurs, racial slurs that white folks used against us during the Jim Crow era, during Reconstruction, during the slave Holocaust. You know, a lot of them will call people coons, porch monkeys. You know, stuff that was derogatory. You know, when somebody don't agree with them, they start bad mouthing them and saying all these names. And these are the people also who these loudmouths go around, bashing other darker skinned folks. And I'm not dissing all light skinned people. I got light skinned people in my family. My mother's light skinned. So miss me with the nonsense, okay? But these people, these type of people, these loudmouths, and it's also dark folks too, going around calling people disrespectful names, but these are the same people that wouldn't even throw rice at a Chinese wedding, okay? They wouldn't even pop a link. They talk about popping the cap off on white folks. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't pop a link. You wouldn't pop a chain. You wouldn't pop popcorn. You wouldn't even pop a wheelie. Okay? And these are the same ones on the down low. Some of them loudmouths sleep with white women. Okay, they talk black, but they sleep white. Some of them, yep. Then you got the snake. The snake, he's the type that will backdoor a brother that he's working with. He will backdoor him by sleeping with his wife or his woman. Even they may not be in a marital relationship, but they may just be in a romantic relationship. He's up there sleeping with her or trying to sleep with her behind his back. You got those types, that's the snake. And then you got the loafers. The loafers are these guys that come from the baby boom generation, born between 1946 and 1964. I'm talking to you. Yes, I'm talking to you. A lot of them will have children from all over town, like about 12 to 13 kids, and don't even take care of them. Not even involved, sleeping with different women, beating on their women, on the down. By day, respect the black queen, but by night, you beating on the black queen. You got them types. Now, from my generation, which is Generation X, doing the same thing, doing the same exact thing. These loafers also don't work. They don't have their own businesses. And if they do have a business, it ain't enough to pay their bills. Okay? It ain't enough. They might be selling herbs, or they might even do some construction work, but their work is shoddy. Some of them are good, but some of them are real horrible. They don't know how to paint. They don't know how to plaster nothing. Those types, trust me, I know. But meanwhile, their wife or their significant other, their girlfriend or whatever, is out there working, not one job, but maybe two jobs, just so they can keep the lights on in the house, And while he's sitting on his ass listening to talk radio, or I like to call talk-ish radio, on the AM dial all day long. He's not doing anything. And meanwhile, he might even some of these loafers will bring some young woman in the house to sleep with her while his wife is at work. I know that to be a fact too. And I'm not putting people's business out. I'm not here to put anybody on blast, but I'm just letting you know where I'm coming from with these so-called conscious people. Okay? A lot of them are a joke. They're a straight up joke. And there's the female versions of them too. Now, you got the female groupie. Now, she's the groupie. This is the one who is every single leader's face. Let's say if there's a guy that has a Pan-African group or an organization, and he's the head of it, and everybody listens to him, some kissing his behind, bow down, he's the great leader or whatever. He has so much charisma, and he knows how to speak well. She'll try to sleep with him, or just to be next to the leader. And a lot of women, they want that, and it's nothing wrong with that. Understand, but If you have bad intentions, then that's a problem. Now, these groupies also will not give the average guy or particular guy within the conscious community the time of the day, because this was back in the 90s and the 80s and early 2000s. They will go out with the drug dealer who has no sense of consciousness whatsoever, but he's a drug dealer. And the reason she's dating the drug dealer because he's got the car, he's got the clothes, he's got the nice house or whatever. But the main reason is that he would support her weed habit. That's why. So probably today, that groupie of a woman probably is only hooked up with a guy who owns his own dispensary. Free marijuana. And to each his own. If you smoke marijuana, I'm not dissing people who smoke weed. That's your business. Okay? You got that type, and then you got the guy who's going around the finger pointer, calling this person a government agent, that person a government agent. This is a conspiracy. This is a setup. You going around calling these people these government agents, but you got something to hide. If you keep calling that, and for the record, if a person that's in these would-be organizations is a member of the federal government agency, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. There's nothing you can do. And I'm going to tell you straight up, if any of these guys call you a government agent, walk away from them if you're involved. And I'm going to give y'all some advice later. You younger folks in your 20s, that's in your 20s. That guy that's going around calling people a government agent is not a threat. Okay, he's a nobody. Okay, he is in no way, he's not even a government agent himself. And you might want to look into his background, because some of them do some shady stuff behind the scenes. And, like maybe touching on some little boys or something, or touching on little girls. They could be a pedophile, they could be, doing some real wacky stuff. Let's just say the least. Okay? But a lot of them, and some of them really have psychological problems, that they could use a therapist's attention. And some of them really need to go to therapy. A lot of them people in the conscious community need to go to therapy. Okay? A lot of them do. Now, those are the types of people that's in the conscious community. Okay? And now, I'm going to talk to you young folks that's in it now, that's in college. Okay, let me tell you something. Do not drop out of school to go join one of their organizations. If you're going to be a part of that, wait till you finish. Wait till you graduate. Okay? Then go ahead and do it. But if I were you, I'd stay away from them myself. Go to festivals, go to some of the events, go to some of the lectures at the colleges or at certain halls where certain people are speaking. Okay, I'm not going to name names, but y'all know who they are. Go, if you want the information, you can come to YouTube and get it, or you can go to the library and order the books from Amazon, or if they do have some black bookstores left, go into those cities or whatever city you live in and go pick up the books yourself, read and educate yourself, okay? Don't get involved with these organizations, because all they're going to do is keep you broke and stupid. I'm just telling you that. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, they're going to keep you broke and stupid. Not only that, they're going to dry up your time. They're going to have you working hours. They might even if you're working, they might make you call out work to do some project with them, because some of the elders are too damn lazy to get up off of their butt and do it themselves. They might have you doing it all day, all night. They might feed you. They might have their wife cook for you or whatever. That's cool in the gang. I mean, if y'all friends and you're trying to help each other, but no, don't jeopardize your living, is what I'm saying, or your education for a group of people who do not care about you in the long run, because they really don't. And that's another thing. Now, if you're going to move in with these folks, make sure you're working and you contribute to the house. If they say, that's okay, brother, we're all a community and blah, 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 don't fall for that. Give them something anyway. You give them some of the money towards the rent or light bill, electric bill, or something, okay? Because what happens is, let's say You meet a guy, he's making all this money, and he says you can stay with him for free. He lets you eat for free. But then next thing you know, him and his wife, they lost their jobs, they get laid off, and their money is not what it used to be. They're gonna start looking at you funny. And they like, well, what are you contributing? And next thing you know, they're gonna start questioning you, and then before you know, they're gonna ask you to get out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Contribute something. If you're gonna live with folks, ain't nothing wrong with the roommate thing if that's what you're into. Y'all put your monies together, but make sure everybody's contributing. Okay? So I would say that, and these is mainly to the young folks, let's say in your 20s or your 30s, but by 30, you should be getting yourself together. You should be working. Either, if you don't want to work for nobody, there's plenty of gig apps online. Look them up, Google them. You can make money with your car if you have a car, okay? I know some people who earn a living delivering medical supplies, and you can do that until you're able to invest, okay? But what I'm saying to you is this: stay away from those conscious people. They're full of it, a lot of them. Now, the dedicated and sincere will never tell you to drop out of school, take a leave of absence from college. They will never quit your job. They will never tell you to, take off work to help. With the ones that's dedicated and truly dedicated, they're not going to tell you that, though. That's a small segment of people. So what I'm saying, if I missed any other types of people, let me know down in the bottom of the comment section, and I'll cover that. But what I'm saying to you, especially you young folks that's like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, stay away from those people. Do stuff on your own. Trust me. You ain't missing nothing. All right, take it easy.